on, everybody? Welcome to another week of It's a Man's World podcast. This is D. Hayes.
Crystal was here.
Same OG.
Thank you.
Throat
Welcome
immediately
back,
itchy.
y'all. Just a show where it'll be nothing without a woman or a girl.
Hey, D. Hayes in here and swabbed us all down. Well, his section anyway.
Listen, D. Hayes is prepared.
D. Hayes, his microphone has a full swab. Okay, honey.
It ain't no disrespect to nobody. It's because listen,
No,
I was actually.
I don't feel disrespect.
I was fine.
I don't
fine. Y'all know I love y'all. I was fine.
I told you, I'm good.
I was fine with people being sick and then being like, okay, this is what you can look for. But what's really been fucking me up lately is, matter of fact, this is what we're talking about on Shooting the Shit, y'all. Today we're gonna do a little check-in. It's a Man's World check-in in the midst of this corona shit. We talked about it a little bit last week, but a lot has happened since last week.
Right.
A lot.
A lot's happened. Y'all didn't know we was
Life
gonna be here.
has changed.
I know a lot of
In
y'all
1
been
week, life has
thinking.
changed
Okay.
thoroughly. Now it's just like what's really kind of fucking me up is people that's out here that have no symptoms now,
Right.
but they're still
Yeah.
able to pass it along to other people and they feel fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of a big thing. Idris Elba just came out and that he tested positive for coronavirus. Tom Hanks and his wife said they were feeling a little tired, but nothing crazy. You know what I mean? He tested positive. Donovan Mitchell came out and said, NBA player, he came out and said that, he still to this day is asymptomatic, and he's had it for about a week now.
Right.
So
He was one of the first people that we found out
publicly,
had it.
right?
Yeah.
That's what's really freaking me out. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
what gives people mixed concerns about it because you're like, okay, should I be worried about it because I'm not going to feel anything?
Or should I not?
Right. Or should I not? Am I going to start feeling bad symptoms? But really what the problem is that they just don't have a way to control it. So if next week everybody start,
Dropping dead.
yeah, start looking crazy, like start having a weird symptom, then it's like there's nothing to contain it or get under control or start you on the healing process.
Right.
So it's just that it's just unknown.
Because you don't know how far it can
Right, and so it is.
Right.
Like, I think wherever your level of concern is for it is actually legit, I guess,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it really is based on person by person, how your mind processes things like this. You
So
know
on
what
a
I mean?
scale of 1 to 10, like how worried are y'all? 10 being like,
The most worried?
yeah.
Well, let me just insert something to answer that question.
Because of the
You know,
answer,
this
because
is
of the
what-
number he
you know,
finna
this
give
is what I
y'all.
was thinking of,
This
though.
nigga finna be in the triple digits, okay?
No, you know how I told y'all even since when I shared with y'all before how
I'm
like
100%.
I had friends when I was kids like Miss Lucille, Brother Masters,
Right.
Mr. Lloyd,
We
you know
know,
what I'm
we
saying? Elders
know,
folk.
we know.
I fuck with old people, you know what I'm saying?
You
So at the
do,
end of
you
the day,
do.
you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of friends that's old.
No,
I don't know
I
if I
ain't
can call
mad
them
at
friends,
you.
but I got people in my life that's older. I like to kick it with.
Right,
So
right.
my thing is
Your circle.
That is true.
They in your circle.
They are,
They not
though,
in my
D.
circle.
Hayes.
Yeah,
Like
like that.
you can have more than one circle.
Okay. Anyway, the point being is I really
At the end
like
of the day, my
even
mom and them
like-
just don't fool with me. They only fool with each other. So I was about to say, only folks I'm worried about, in fact, actually, they told us that they'll see us when they see us.
Right.
Hold it
I
down.
just don't want to give it to nobody, like
mother
this
and
compromised age or like a immune system, anything like that. You know what I mean? Like
That
you know,
is- now that is
my mom has some different health issues. Nothing like
Right.
major that's debilitating.
Right.
Mama still gets some works every day. She functions fully. She do everything by herself. It's not anything debilitating. But my mom is in her 60s, and I just don't want to
Right.
ever. Like I would feel probably like I would feel so shitty that I'm sitting up here and I have no symptoms and something that affects her in a bad way.
Right.
So I think about that a lot. Really, I care more about what's going on with her. And my dad really just ain't never really been sick. My dad's like gotten hurt at work a couple
Same
times. My
here.
dad just ain't never been sick really. Like he don't have no health issues like that.
And I think
Not
it's
any major
good that the
ones.
people that are the people that
So
are
is that
the
like a
ama-
9? Is that
Right.
like a
Where
9?
number
she's
we
going-
at?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, going back to it. It can be a 10. It's okay.
No, it's not 10. It's not 10. Because 10, like, if it was a 10, I wouldn't be here.
Right. No, that's
10
true.
people are the ones that self-quarantine. They ain't going nowhere regardless.
Right,
You didn't have
right.
to tell them they didn't have to go nowhere.
They just
I
decided
say
on
I'm
their
probably
own.
like a 6 or 7.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I really do think so.
Okay, well,
It's
I must be
people-
lower.
it's
Okay,
people
yeah, so that
it's
helps us
people
gauge,
It's people
too.
way worse than me.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like I'm on, I think 5, I think maybe a little bit under 5, maybe average caution. I'm like a little bit above average caution, but I'm not just like, I'm okay. I'm just trying to be mindful of things that I'm doing to prevent.
And I think
Okay.
it's a good
Like
thing.
a 6, 7.
I think it's a
6
good
and a
thing that that the people that are generally in charge of making these decisions are. I mean, it's not a good thing that they're at the biggest risk, but as far as us being like worried about stuff, that's not necessarily our generation and low
Right.
and younger than a specialty.
Right.
Is taking everything seriously at the time we're supposed to take it seriously. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would say that that's probably where my major concern is, and just like even hearing these stories about elderly people just going and trying to get their general stuff, it already takes enough trying to get yourself together.
Right.
And trying to get yourself together and get up to go get all those supplies anyway, only for you to go and then maybe it not even be there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would say my concern is, I mean, I think that for really like others, it actually probably is about 5, probably about a 5 or 6. But like me personally, I take more comfort in that I'm the only one that I got to keep alive. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, ain't none of us got no kids, and I'm worried about the babies too. But at the end of the day, even us, our age group and lower, we're either gonna have no symptoms or maybe just feel like we have the flu, which we can get over. You know what I mean? Right. So, I mean, while I don't want to get sick, at the same time, and okay, like I can sit still for a little while. Okay?
And I also just got back from visiting like my granny. You know what I mean? That's my last remaining grandparent.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was actually thinking, you know, because like I said, like we said earlier, this time last week shit looked a lot different.
No, right. And that's what's so.
They actually said the first cases of coronavirus was found in one part of her state, like when I was there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I was there. So you know, I was concerned about that. But I kind of when I got back, like probably the next day or the day after is when shit really started hitting the fan.
Right.
Like last Thursday, Friday, shit really started hitting the fan.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like I'm probably at like a 4. Like I'm not too worried, but I am making sure like I'm not going nowhere that's like heavily populated.
Yeah,
I checked on my parents. I mean, my parents not 60, but they kind of close. But they don't seem to be worried about it either.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, well, they not really stressing, so I'm
See,
not going to stress them out.
And the boomers, they right on the line. I feel like the boomers is two ways you can be. Like kind of like your parents and my parents are the same way.
Right.
My parents ain't really doing no tripping. They ain't really gone and did no extra stocking up and nothing like that.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
people that's like not concerned. And then there's the boomers that's like they losing their shit. Like they freaked out completely right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, but my parents are like on the side with your parents for sure.
Yeah, no, my parents always got stocked up on groceries anyway.
Yeah.
So.
But it's
so what did you say you were?
Huh?
You said you.
I'm saying
5.
like
What
yeah,
are you
as far as like I mean as far as sympathy and feeling I mean as far as other people probably about a 5 or 6. Just me concerned about myself is probably about a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Well,
there's.
I think that's what I said. Yeah,
something like that.
I might pop them numbers down a little bit. I don't know. Pop them up. I don't know.
I want to take a moment, Cam, if you can. There's a clip of this older lady, and they asked this older lady how she felt. Actually, the caption says, "What do you plan on doing?" They didn't ask her that. They said, "What do you plan on doing?"
This is old. It's so
they wanted to quarantine. This is a meme. Check this. What this lady's response was. Check
Probably sit around and cook some soups and eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
Yeah, that's my absolute plan.
No, okay? Yeah, that lady, she the goat.
And why she had to go with soups?
Right, the soups really kind of threw me off. That's one thing I really ain't thought to make.
That's right. It doesn't seem like bunker food. But
who know how to cook bread?
Oh no, people know how to make bread. You know how your mom know how to make
homemade
rolls, homemade biscuits, or whatever.
Homemade rolls, homemade biscuits.
Huh?
I don't think my family do that.
Your mom know how to
make
make homemade rolls.
To Hawaiian rolls.
No, my mama know how to make homemade biscuits rolls.
My granny. No, don't talk about her like this. You know how to make them.
My granny used to bake like homemade rolls all the time. Like people in my family they bake homemade rolls and shit. Yeah, like let them rise and shit, and then put the curtain to them. And
tell you ain't making homemade rolls. Let them rise, put the thing to them. This minute just enjoying rolls. Don't know where it came from. Yeah, but I mean, this thing's definitely a scary thing. It's weird. It's weird because I don't know. We just didn't think all this shit was gonna be getting shut down like this. It's unbelievable.
Everything is getting shut down.
I think Donald Trump got it.
Right.
No, I'm pretty sure he got it.
He sound very sniffly and out of breath. He sound out of breath, sniffly, and also he just been in close contact with 2 different people.
That had
one who flew on Air Force One with him, and they wasn't up there worried about. Nigga, I ain't worried about nothing. Like they're just chilling.
That was a good song.
And
by
then
the way.
it was. And then at the conference, and like shaking hands with other people that had it, and you know what I mean. And that's just the ones that we know about.
Yeah, he just not gonna tell people because people just get
he probably didn't take the damn test.
No.
Yeah, he probably didn't.
They said Donald Trump was told over 16,500 lies since he's been in office.
Well,
that's
there we
go.
So he probably did take the test. So he probably knows about it. So it's like, this shit ain't going to put this shit way to the bottom, okay?
Don't say shit.
And he elderly, too, so he probably a little shook.
Yeah, oh, God.
I don't think he is, bro. He feel like he invincible. Like, he one of them people that feel like can't shit happen.
I think he feel like he want us to think he invincible. I don't think he really feel like that.
No, I think he really think that. Why else would you tell 16,000 lies?
They don't mind, okay?
No, but it is scary, man. So, like, okay, it would behoove us. I'm still the devil there. It would behoove us to give some tips, though, just things to make sure that people are doing out there, making sure you're washing your hands, wiping down surfaces. If you're going to the store, which they ain't got shit, but if you're going to the store, they have those little Purell wipes you can wipe down your cart. Use that. Wash your hands.
Yeah, and even right now, they
don't touch your face.
Cover your mouth when you sneeze, which niggas don't do that.
But you should be doing that anyway.
Yeah, but people don't.
But even right now, they got the gatherings down to 50 people. If you're hanging out with more than 50 people at any given time, let me tell you, it's time to trim some fat, okay? You don't need to be around all them spirits, okay?
You don't need to be
trim that down.
This is the time to not go to the club.
Yeah, no,
go to the game night.
20 tops.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do something small with your inner circle.
But that's what it is. Like, we ain't just got to not do nothing. They said 50 people, you know what I mean?
That's good enough.
Like, even this age group, like, more than 20 people, like, I can't even think of 20 people I want to be in the same room with, okay?
Right. I can't even fit 20 people in my apartment, so they ain't coming.
Well, you could.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you could. It might be a little tight, but you can
Too
fit 'em in
tight.
there. You can fit them in there.
Yeah.
No, but you know what you seen? And there was that young lady that was on Instagram for whatever reason, may she rest in peace, that was on there and she did the they trying to get the coronavirus challenge started. You know, this matter of fact, I can tell you her name. Her name is like Ava Louise on TikTok.
Shut
If you
your
follow
ass
her.
up.
She talking about
Louise.
coronavirus challenge. She just pulled her hair back and licked the toilet seat.
As soon as she
Yeah,
stuck that
that's a-
tongue
that's a
out
no.
near the seat, I clicked off the video because
Yeah,
it wasn't
that
the
ain't
hell.
I don't even know what the point she was trying to prove, and I wonder, she ain't gonna say all the blood that grew up under her tongue.
Right.
Okay, and she ain't gonna have no corona, baby. She got a whole nother set of
Right.
issues.
She
You gonna
But,
she
E.
gonna have
coli.
something way worse.
Yeah. So, Ava Louise, you don't make good
E.
decisions,
coli.
baby girl. I mean,
But
just-
also, Dallas just shut down. Like, didn't they shut down everything? Like
Yeah.
Shut down
nightclubs
bars,
and all of
nightclubs,
that
yeah.
stuff.
But
Mhm.
Los Angeles has been on that all week. They've been on
Yeah.
a quarantine all week.
San Francisco's on a 24-hour shutdown, lockdown for 3 weeks.
And
That's
the only
crazy.
That's what G was. Yeah, tell them how you feel about that, G.
Shit, that's fucked up. They got to give you time to be locked in the house for weeks.
As a matter of fact, I
Like-
think the UK is the only place that hasn't canceled school. Them niggas still up there
Shit, I
getting
think
their
they living
teas and
it.
crumpet.
Listen,
They're
the
like,
thing
"Baby, we
is,
done tried
all
this."
the damage been done. So everybody now coming back, they shutting everything down. But it's just to stop it from spreading because niggas already got it.
Right, it's just the intermingling at this point.
Yeah,
So
because
you-
it's too. This is around like spring break time for everybody too. So everybody doing all they traveling, they going out the country. Shit, it's already done,
I was
bro.
telling you earlier, like one of I'll tell you who later because I ain't gonna say her name and age, but you know her too. Cause it's one of our homegirls, homegirl. But they was like at like her and her kids was at like a theme park yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm like, that you just doing too much, and I understand. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
Disney,
that's too much.
Disney already talking about giving niggas refunds. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If it was Six Flags, that's here in the city. You can just figure that shit out. You ain't got to make reservations, do that shit. Like, I think stuff like that is a little reckless.
yeah.
Because they
that's a
definitely
little
not over
reckless.
there wiping down seats and
Bro,
things
hell
like that in
no.
between every ride.
No,
So
'Cause they barely doing that shit at the end of the
right,
night.
right. So I just think that's kind of reckless. So I mean, you ain't just got to be out here doing just crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got to be as cautious, maybe even as I am. But you ain't. But I mean, I'd rather be a little overly cautious than not be cautious at all. Niggas out there, that's the problem. Niggas don't take shit serious.
No,
Right.
It's true. We really don't.
And I'm getting too old to think I'm still invincible. I know
Right.
better.
Let me
So,
tell you, hell. Okay. Lord, I did not think that. Okay?
Ain't nobody in this
Fucking
room.
too
Ain't
old.
nobody in this room not too old, and I think that to
Yeah,
still be
no,
thinking
no,
they
no.
invincible.
Now
We
that-
all
that's
we
what
all
I'm
aged
saying.
out of that phase.
Right,
of
Lord.
life.
And don't think that 3 or 4 was lack of concern.
Right. Yeah.
I still am taking my precautions.
Mine's
the
because
thing
I
is
know I
that
can
most
recover.
People walking around here with the thing is though, people walking around here with zeros and ones. You know? What I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Yeah, no,
That's the
they
thing.
are. They are.
So it
They
ain't
are.
like you. I don't think even like the things that we talk about. I don't consider neither one of y'all to even be wrestlers. And I've talked to each of y'all about this separately and together. Y'all not reckless. Y'all just not as worried about it as I am.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not reckless.
And
And
I
people,
think
that's
even-
what you think to be bad, being reckless.
But it's just like with driving. I think that I know that sounds like it's gonna be far, but I'm bringing it back in, fellas. But it's just you just have to you just have to think about what everybody else is doing on the road too. So you don't have
Right.
to be. I think just heightened awareness period. When you're out, like you have to just keep in mind. Some people are very panicky about that. How people are panicking. How people respond to things is different when they're panicked. And
Right.
so those are just some things you have to keep. Like right now, all the criminal offenses basically are set up. Are like amped up a degree basically. So something that was like before just like a first degree is now a higher up, or I think first degree is the worst you can be, can't you?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
know.
but anyway,
So
but
the second degree
basically,
went up to the first degree.
right. So basically, whatever you do, like I don't know, if you steal something, it's amped up. So all these things
didn't know
that could happen when a panic is going on, they're basically like setting the precedent that you're not finna just act crazy
Yeah.
because it's gonna be much more punishable during this time where people are kind of scared about things.
See, and I feel
Right,
two
right.
ways about that though, because then all you're doing is taking people that's been out here on the loose, cut it loose, and then you put them on you put them on the inside, and then all they gonna do once 1 or 2 inmates got the coronavirus, then that
Listen.
jail is through.
No, and I
Through,
think
nigga.
no,
That's
that's
damn
what
through.
that really did cross my mind the other day too about just what they are doing about the prisons. But at the end of the day, I
Bro.
mean, unless the guard just came back on vacation, we might need to get our ass in the prison, niggas. Because them the niggas ain't been nowhere.
Here's the thing.
Right.
Once they get it, they gonna get it. 'Cause
But that's what I mean.
Everybody that worked there, they still been going out.
Right, but somebody has to bring it in. You know what I mean?
They gonna
Like,
bring it in from the guard
But if
person,
they
the
bring it
CEOs
in,
and all
everybody
that
gonna
shit.
be
You
through.
got to
But
slow
they
down
not
some
gonna
of
give
these-
a fuck though.
Y'all
They
got
not
to
gonna give
slow
a fuck
down.
about
And
those people
also
in
another
jail.
thing y'all can probably slow down on. And a lot of people not gonna want to hear this, but y'all gonna slow down on some of them booty calls too. Because let me tell you, it's a lot of people right now.
just saw
Not only are you asymptomatic for coronavirus, but you're also pregnant and don't know it yet. You know what I'm saying? Or just got
Right.
somebody
Right.
pregnant, don't
Calm
know
down
it.
for your
But you might want to
seed.
you might want to
Listen.
calm that down too. You're up here shooting up the club, the corona seed.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I just think that
Corona
it's
seed.
important, folks. You just out here being loosey goosey with it and throwing out with reckless abandon. You might want to kind of give it a minute for
Just rein
especially-
it in a little bit.
I mean,
at
if you,
least.
especially if you're not fucking with the same person. If you had to just kind of doing what you like, a little of this and a little of that.
I feel like the sex
with a
has
little
been-
chaps.
Hey,
Okay, so now we're gonna move over and read the letters with our listeners. If you would like us to read your letter on the show, please.
But
I
everybody on
cannot
Instagram
stand G.
they do though.
Email IAMWpodcast@gmail.com and we will read your letters on the. And he tickled himself too. We'll read your letter. We'll read
'Cause
your letter
I
on the
feel
show.
like when you looked over here, you was thinking about that.
No, I
but
did.
you wasn't
but
gonna
then
say
you
it.
said I was thinking it, but you said it. No, nigga. Okay. Anyway. All right. So the first letter, we actually have kind of gotten a letter similar to this
Everybody look
before,
a little nasty.
but it's a little bit different. And this is from remember like a while back when we got the letter about the girl saying that she sent her boyfriend like a chubby nude. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "What the fuck was that?" Or he didn't say nothing. Asked her what was for dinner.
Yeah.
This is kind of similar, but it's a little bit different. This is it's just titled. It's from Tammy, I guess. Okay, chubby lingerie. She said, "Hey, my man loves BBWs, and so I've always been comfortable being a plus-size girl with him. I found some sexy lingerie that I want to wear with him, but he seemed underwhelmed. I thought I was really doing something, but he was not that impressed. Do y'all think big girls should just stay traditional? I know Lizzo has faced a lot of criticism for her clothing choices. Do you think big girls should tame it down, or should I keep pushing the envelope? I'm just trying to navigate through this all. My man is the first one I've tried to be extra sexy with. Please advise."
What is traditional?
What people try to tell, I guess,
Because
plus size women what they should be wearing.
Is
or not.
lingerie traditional or no?
Well, I think negligee is traditional, like a slip. You know what I mean? And like maybe like the
And let me tell you, back in the 90s
the
movies,
panty
but
draws
no.
with the tummy control.
No,
That's probably
but
you
back
know
in
what I
the
mean.
day,
That's traditional.
back in the day in the 90s, let me tell you, them girls would show up in that doorway with that negligee baby down to the ankle.
Yeah.
With just a slight
A
slip.
Pentecostal slip.
I mean, with a little lace at the top, baby, wasn't no cleavage,
That shit
wasn't no
land
thigh out.
on the ankle. It was a turtleneck slip.
Yeah, but they leaned right on that window. They leaned right on that door.
My
With that leg
yeah.
I mean, it was very slight. So, baby, when you say traditional, what we talking?
You know when you look back on old sitcoms and shit, like the same scenario. Like let's just say like when a woman walk up to the door, she got a coat on, she take it off, but she really got like a long sleeve turtleneck dress, and everybody's like, "Woo! Nowadays that shit would not be the same.
What movie was that where Dale Hughley was he was married to, oh my gosh,
The
The
Brothers.
Brothers, when she came out, she was dancing, wasn't they?
Yeah.
Dancing in that necklace.
Yeah, Tamla Jones.
That necklace was down to the knee,
It
nigga.
was. That was a Pentecostal negligee, nigga. This the curtains to the pussy. You ain't just getting to it. I got to cover this up.
You got to get through that. It might be a little robe to it.
Right.
Might be a
You
flag.
got to take off the
Right.
silk robe, and you got to take off the slip.
Yeah,
but
see,
then under the
girl,
slip,
yeah.
you still got on pantyhose, bra, tummy control panties,
negligee.
Spanx, everything. You got to work for this pussy. And I got,
Yeah, now.
yeah.
These little girls giving it away too quick.
Right. Okay,
You
but
ain't got
no.
to get out of nothing.
To answer your question, do you think big girls should tame it down? No, I
Girl,
don't.
no, I don't
I
either.
feel like
Yeah.
you should wear what you want to.
Right.
But also, if he didn't like it, maybe it's just the particular thing you
No,
had
I was
on.
gonna say that too. Because I think I don't know. I'm exact opposite, but it's still like not really. Like, just because you got on negligee don't mean it's going to be the best. Like, don't mean that they
Right.
into. And niggas be into weird stuff. Like, niggas, I mean, it's not, I'm not going to say it's weird, but sometimes guys can think you look really, really nice in something that you wouldn't necessarily pick out
Right.
for yourself. You know what I mean? Just because they might like you in something more simple, or they might like you in something more colorful, or they like you in a certain color. So, who knows how they come up with the shit. We know they don't know what the fuck they talking about, girl. Buy what you want, okay? You the one over there shopping for it. But,
Right.
I don't think that you should scale back on anything if that's what you are.
If anything, you should just keep wearing it.
Yeah, I don't
Especially
think
if it
and
make
I-
you feel good.
Right. I thought about to say I think big women are beautiful, and you should just be able to wear whatever you want to wear in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it makes you feel sexy in that moment when
Yeah.
you're trying to get it in, like just like any other woman would do that shit. So
And
no,
if
I
you're-
don't think you should
and
tame
if
it
you're-
down.
And if you're trying to get into what you're feeling comfortable with, but like you said, that's really you definitely need to be working more towards getting to the full you, not trying to scale back and be whatever, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, these niggas don't know how to react to nothing, girl. It's probably cute as hell.
At the end of the day, bro,
ain't no telling. They don't know what they're supposed to react to unless you tell them.
Even if you like the lingerie, you still gonna want to take it off regardless. So
Right.
Hopefully it's coming off at the end of the day either way. So don't stress about it too much.
Yeah, there's no tradition or nothing though, girl. Okay, you are the tradition.
Yeah,
So,
you set your
wear
own.
what the fuck you want to wear.
Right.
That's your tradition in y'all's relationship.
So maybe do less, girl.
Right.
Maybe head on too much. Okay.
Right.
He wants that skin.
Right. Save your money.
Okay, yeah, but let us know how it goes when you keep us spicing up. No, we do not think you should tame it down. And
But a bottle of baby oil might be a little cheaper, girl, than the
That's
Victoria's
really all
Secret.
you need.
Right.
Just come
Get
out
that
oiled
lather
up.
down,
It don't matter
baby.
what else
Come
is
that
on
door
there.
seat, doorway.
Listen,
Lean.
with a little oil, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
a
all
little
you
Earl.
need.
But Earl.
Okay, y'all. The next letter comes from James, and it's just titled "Nasty Boss." Have y'all both read this?
Yeah, I did.
This is a trip. All right. So James said, "Yo, I want to know. I know y'all are clown about this scenario. What would you do if you had a nasty ass work supervisor? Is it possible to call him out? Me and my coworkers have seen him. I guess his coworkers are man. Me and my coworkers have seen him dig in his nose and chew boogers, and even dig in his ass and smell his hand. Old dude is really outgoing too. So he's always in somebody's face and trying to have good working relationships. Would you say something to him? Is it appropriate to call out your boss? What do y'all think, James?" So you're at work. Your boss is digging their nose and eating their boogers. Your boss is digging their ass and smelling the residue.
I would never be around him.
This has to be.
I don't care.
You have to be able to go to HR with this, right? Anybody who works
I don't know
enough
if you
in.
can or not.
I know we all suck, dude. Our jobs have no respect for us, obviously.
Right.
Because
what is the actual-
we don't even
'cause
know
what is
what
the
the fuck
actual-
we're supposed to be able to report.
Because what's the
okay?
actual violation to other than it being
It's
nasty? but
sanitary.
what's
He's
Yeah, I feel like
unsanitary.
that's it.
a
I feel.
sanitary issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, is that something that we can? I mean, we don't know what kind of bullshit y'all got. Let us
Nigga,
know.
what
We
the
don't know what
fuck
kind of
are you
bullshit
doing
y'all
up at work,
y'all
though?
can complain
Like-
about in corporate
I'll
America.
tell you right now, I don't care who I work with. If they work on my nerves, I'm gonna avoid them.
Thank you. All our clients nasty
I
as hell.
ain't gonna talk to them.
Really are.
I'm gonna just keep on walking. I already halfway talk to people now. So if I don't talk to them, they don't think nothing of it.
Right. This is another day in the neighborhood.
And let me
Right.
tell you,
But
I'm just gonna go and put this on D Hayes because D Hayes done tell me folks breath stink and honey. That was my last time ever seeing him. Ever.
Right.
Baby, I avoid them like
Like,
the plague.
I
Baby.
got a sense
And
of
he'd be like,
no.
"Oh, you ain't never smelled so and so." I'd be like, "Honey, and never will."
And
I
there's
literally
always
am never
at
going
least
to see
one or
that
two
person
people on
again.
the list.
Yeah, honey. If I got to see him, baby, I'm keeping that hard distance.
Let me tell you
Right.
something. Y'all make me sound like a terrible person.
I'm
This
not,
show.
but
Y'all
let me
got
tell
me
you,
You are very observant of
You
people.
are, and you get. Let
And
me
we
know the
need
shit I
that.
need to see.
Yeah.
And y'all know, like they was climbing me down. I'm real serious about my hygiene also. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they was climbing me today because when I was pulling up to the studio, I was.
I mean, because good
brushing my
Lord,
teeth.
this nigga was breathing hard. I mean,
Mid-drive.
first of all, we were just walking outside enjoying the sunshine, trying to get a little vitamin D, and this nigga walked by looking at us crazy with a toothbrush hanging out, not driving with it. He gonna stop at the light at the stop sign and look upside our head.
I don't know why I'm like that.
Me neither.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I prefer
Yeah.
somebody to be like that than just, breath just foul.
Right. For no
Yeah,
reason.
but that is not okay for them to be doing. Okay, not in a
no, I think
one-on-one
at some
Digging
setting.
your ass and smelling your hand, bro.
At some point, you got to call them out and be like, stop doing that.
And I feel like that has to be
What
an
the
HR
fuck are you doing?
issue if you guys are using, y'all are using electronics, you're passing around paper. Like at the end of the day, I mean, we
gonna
we
get
just
somebody corona,
Like,
nigga.
no, listen, we just happen to be in a perfect setting for that. Like that behavior will literally never be tolerated again after this day. Actually, sir,
Yeah,
when you
nah.
get back to work, if you working remote or whatever you're doing right now, like you actually probably will never have to deal with that again. Okay, because this is like damn near a freaking federal offense. What he doing?
At this point,
They need to start giving people tickets
Picking
for
his
going
nose.
and eating his boogers at work.
that's disgusting.
Don't say eating,
But
boogers.
don't
I can't
say
even
that
take
he-
that phrase.
He said he digged in his ass and smelled it.
Yeah.
like
Why
your
would you
ass
do that?
stinks.
That's some shit the kids do.
Like a toddler, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
not even like an 8-year-old kid doing that.
Yeah. Oof.
Like, what the fuck?
That's tough.
That shit
bro.
disgusting. I think at some point you're gonna have to avoid this nigga, or you just have to call this nigga out. One of the two. That's the only two options.
Yeah.
I think you should
I guess
report him
HR,
because ain't
yeah.
nobody got time to be acting
Maybe if
funny,
a
for you to
couple-
be acting funny towards me because of the nasty shit you done.
Maybe
Act funny towards me. That mean he gonna leave me the fuck alone.
Maybe if a couple of y'all go and talk that way, it ain't seem like you just point them out. Or maybe y'all make it like a general. You be like, "Can I make a quick announcement at the meeting today? Hey, y'all.
What
it's
y'all
been-
gotta
it's
do is
been- it's
record
been
this
some-
nigga.
It's been some concern being this come up at the office because we have noticed that folks in here digging in their ass up to the knuckle and wrist. And
Look.
then they getting a big waff of it after they done, and also niggas up here, snacking on boogers.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
we
get
give
them-
them-
And I've been around some kids too, digging in their nose, and I tell them straight up, go on in there and wash. All right, you might want to go wash your hands now.
Right.
And they gonna look at you right crazy. All right, bye. Okay.
Right.
Like, we sitting up here at the church lunching, everything. Like, no, nigga. You're not finna just,
nasty.
you're not finna just take it right back to the road. So you might
Yeah,
feel
nah.
shame, but you really should feel shame. You just got indignant your nose to the knuckle in front of all of us, and you expect us
Right.
to keep eating. Take your ass on to the bathroom and wash
your
them
hands.
fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
Get the finger.
And that's probably what you're gonna have to tell your boss.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm
So
just
you
thinking,
gonna
bro,
just
like,
hand
he
him some
gonna be
hand
offended.
sanitizer once he get done.
'cause that is a question of professionalism also. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing? You at work, bro. You not
But
at home.
you could go to the bathroom and handle that. You can go anywhere else where it's at least semi-private. You ain't got to just do that all in the open.
Cam, how you feel about this?
Yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah, he should be fired. That's not even right
Yeah, he's
right
got to
now.
go.
Well, I guess
Wait, where does he work?
he didn't say where he works. But
Right.
it sounds like it's a.
I'm
office
telling
setting
you,
or
after
something.
this is going on right now, you are not gonna have to deal with that. You're not the only one saying that. And after this, he's not gonna be able to do that shit in public.
Nah, he's still gonna do it.
Right now,
Because
they
some people
not
are just nasty. Because you got to think about how
They
much.
gonna start kicking folks out of places for
He
doing
said
that.
me and my
how
coworkers
much,
have
how
seen
much
him digging their
boldness
nose.
you have to be a full adult, and I'm assuming he got to be at least like 50. And this nigga just digging in his nose,
But
digging
that-
in his ass.
That's what I mean. Right now,
that
for
nigga
this,
out of line. He
for-
don't give a fuck.
for this not to be so tolerated, for people to be so offended by something like this virus being able to be passed around like this, I'm telling you, people are not going to tolerate no shit like that. After all of us get back to work and everybody starts like, I feel like this is really going to amp up people's awareness of just how germs are even sent.
Right.
Like, they're not going to let this nigga be all in the office picking his nose. He's not the only person that's seen that.
Yeah, I would hand that nigga some hand sanitizer.
No,
Call
you
his
know
ass
what it-
out.
yeah,
It'd be worse
you
if you give niggas. You much probably rather have corona than have damn E. coli.
And this is
Right.
a warning.
And-
Like, you might as well walk him down here yelling something at this point, okay? Like, no. We're not in kindergarten. You don't.
Yeah, he too old for that shit.
Well, let us know what y'all decide to do with your nasty ass supervisor. I really do think that that's nasty, and there's no excuse for that. So
Hopefully
I mean, I
y'all
guess,
working from home for the next couple weeks. He ain't got to deal with it.
listen, it's looking like, man, it's starting to look like with Dallas closing schools indefinitely and all that shit. It's starting to look like a lot of niggas from working home. They closing restaurants and shit. Pick up
Yeah.
only. You said
Yeah.
pick up only.
I mean, any place where you work, if it's more than like 50, 60 people in your specific work area, they
Which,
gonna be
where is
sending you
that it's
home.
not like that?
Pretty
Right.
much everywhere.
I mean, that's why I don't know how to keep Walmart open. It's hundreds of people in there at a time.
Bro, my parents, I talked to my dad a couple days ago. They had to wait in line to go into the store.
Yeah,
shit's
yeah,
up,
they're
yeah.
doing that. On the
That's
news
crazy.
this morning, they were talking about they're like, we have everybody spread out in the studio trying to practice social distance. Like, the anchor was like, it's like just the anchor on the phone and the camera person.
Right.
So okay,
shit
so
crazy.
it's not possible.
Well, yeah, please do send us an update. To everybody else, both y'all send us an update. But to everybody else, if you would like us to read your letters on the show, please email IAMW Podcast at gmail.com, and we will read your letters. And now we're going to move over into our next segment, which is What's Poppin'. Hey, what's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
Hey,
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
What's
Bitch,
poppin'?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
Hey. All right, y'all. Today on What's Poppin', I mean, really, to be honest, I'm gonna be very transparent, y'all. We were sitting there trying to think this thing. There really wasn't much to talk
Shit
about
going on.
other than Corona has really been like, it's been like the main thing that's been happening. I mean, there have been other shit that's happened this week,
But it ain't been much.
but it ain't. Well, there.
I mean,
Woo. But nothing even. There have been some people there's been some crazy stories coming out this week, but ain't nothing touched even close to what's going on with Corona. But we did find some things that we want to touch on. And the first thing, the headline is a boy left behind on field trip that mother did not even sign a permission slip for. ABC News reports that 3-year-old Carter Williams attended a Head Start program at Thompson Elementary School and went on a field trip with his class to the Houston Livestock and Rodeo last week. A Good Samaritan found Carter at the rodeo and returned him to another class from the school who was also on the field trip. His mother, Kelsey, said her son was not supposed to be on the field trip because she never signed a permission slip and was told about the incident a few days later. So this woman has sent her 3-year-old, which is in Head Start, which in my opinion is too young for field trips.
yeah.
But
they're
he's sending your
crazy.
kid,
fucking
especially to the rodeo, right?
Oh, hell no.
So yeah, you go on a field trip to the rodeo.
First of
and-
all, one of them little niggas got corona.
Oh yeah,
All the kids
They
got
definitely
it.
do. They definitely do. And let me tell you, something, I grew up going to the Houston rodeo. I've been to the Houston rodeo a million times. I used to go almost every year when I was growing up, at least till I got like almost out of high school. And it'd be buku people in the Houston rodeo.
I feel like it'd be like 1 million people there.
I'm sure.
And as a
It's
matter of
gotta
fact,
be.
that's how you know. Last week we were talking about. Like, I feel like when we left,
They closed it, like,
yeah,
right-
they
I think,
closed
like,
it
the
right
next day.
Yeah, the next day.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how it hadn't gotten closed down, and then when that St. Patrick's Day, but yeah, it's just it's so many people there.
Yeah.
I used to go to the Houston rodeo. To be honest, I used to go to the Houston rodeo more than I went to the Texas State Fair. To the State Fair in
of
Dallas.
course, like, I'm from Houston, so I went there literally every single year.
Yeah, I didn't miss many between
Okay,
being
so
a kid and.
obviously the school is wrong here.
Yeah.
I mean, they finna get sued.
Yeah.
Because also, like, first of all, and thank God, you know what I mean? Thank God that he ran into this good Samaritan, somebody that wasn't trying to take advantage of no kid, and he turned him back in. He did what he was supposed to do as an adult that finds a kid that's vulnerable in that situation and give him back to somebody.
So he was left there.
He was left there like the bus left him.
The bus left him?
Yeah, he was left at the rodeo, and the
Bro.
man turned him into another class from the same school.
Yeah, she need to raise hell.
She got to.
Yeah.
Okay, and the school just didn't tell her about it till 3 days later. So they
Yeah, she
basically
didn't find out about it until several days later. Yeah.
So she obviously didn't find out
Yeah,
about the school too. So
that's
they tried
what-
to sweep it under.
she
They went
need
back
to go
and
ahead,
scooped him.
too.
They went and scooped him and tried to sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
need
and,
to go ahead,
listen,
too.
they ain't having school out there, so they got nothing but time.
And they got a bunch of money.
Yeah, they got a bunch of money.
Shit.
So,
They just need to
yeah.
go ahead and cut that check. They can settle out of court, really. Because it ain't no point in even taking that to trial.
3 years old, man. I really feel like they should. I think they should. I don't really think you should really be going on no field trips for like 2nd, 3rd grade.
Okay, and what I'm trying to figure
And
out
not
is
to
did
the
they have
fucking
him on the,
rodeo.
did
They
they
take
leave
him to somewhere where they sit
Yeah.
and watch a show and take their ass home.
But did
That's
they
about
leave
it.
him because they didn't have him on a roll, or did
Probably.
they leave him?
Probably.
Okay, but and like I mean, unfortunately, we know a thing or two about chaperoning. Okay,
Right.
so did they leave him because they didn't have him on a list, and at the same time, you still. Okay, any trip out in chaperone, you can still look and see if a nigga is missing, okay?
Bro,
When I was
you
younger
should
and
be
I
doing
worked-
head counts like every.
But that's what it is. So
When I
either
was
you
in-
have somebody extra that's not on your list, or you just see that somebody is missing from your group. You know what I mean? And a group of
Right.
3-year-olds, they can't. I mean, they got to be what 5 3-year-olds tops per chaperone.
When you got that many, and when you
Like,
got
you herding
kids
cats
that
here.
young,
You
can't be
you're
having
literally
a
supposed
group
to
of-
stop and recount every fucking 5 minutes.
Right.
And like
when you
I,
have a group of over 12-year-olds, you need to stop and count them every 10
yeah,
minutes.
when I was in college, I worked.
Kids is
for-
crazy,
When I
y'all.
was in college, I worked for after school program, and there were times we went on field trips, and if a kid's name wasn't on the roster, I would write it in on the roster so that I make sure that when I'm going through, I'm adding that kid who might have turned their permission slip in at the last minute.
I
Right.
mean,
Or
this is the
whatever,
thing,
like,
bro.
you just gotta
If
make
you're
sure
working
you
with
account.
kids, one thing you cannot do is lose a mother. I don't give a fuck what you do. Nigga could have came back hurt. Don't lose somebody fucking
Especially
child, bro.
3, right? Yeah.
Like,
And
that's
like
the
you
worst
said,
thing
especially
you can
those
do.
little ones. I feel like, I mean, and it's the same thing. Like after you see that role, either you finna be like, whose name wasn't called,
Right.
and get that kid and figure out what the deal with that kid, even if it's calling their parent, or you need to come
Right.
here and sign the permission slip, or you need
Real
to do
quick or
something,
something.
or they
Right.
gonna be here in the
Like,
nurse's
he ain't
office
got,
all
like, he ain't
day.
got no friends in the class. Was like, where's Carter? You know what I'm saying? Like,
And like
I mean,
you
but
said,
bro,
they
they
so
3 years
little,
old,
right?
bro. Like,
they are.
they can barely
Um,
know where the fuck they at.
Yeah, but that just seems like even more reason why.
They shouldn't be at the rodeo.
Right,
number
we know
one.
we know the precautions we take on a nigga that we trying to lose.
Right.
So, okay, like we still gonna make sure this nigga here, you know, he bad as hell and he can't keep his little ass in this museum because he ain't ever where he's supposed to be. That nigga playing in the bathroom. But the little ones, you like, first of all, whenever I see even a group, because you already know, I take my ass to the aquarium, to the whatever,
yeah.
to the museum just to go hang around. Every time I see them little group of munchkins, I be like, why in the hell would y'all bring these babies out here like that?
And
It
I
just
mean,
looks
they had
scary.
him. I don't know
It looks
why.
scary.
They always had him like holding the little ropes
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
I'm sure that nigga just let that hoe go and just did his
No,
own
and
thing.
that's what it
Yeah, he
is. Like
probably
they
saw
be
somebody with a funnel cake, nigga.
Right.
Like, I want
Look, I
that.
But
want
they
that.
all be in their little same color shirts and just like a whole
Right.
bunch of little heads below the earth. Okay.
And that's probably. I'm assuming he had to have on something that let the guy know that where he was supposed to be, and that's
Right.
probably the only thing that
Or
got
maybe-
him turned
yeah.
back.
Yeah, because you so little. Like, you. I mean, you can talk at 3, but you ain't just making
He
sense.
probably barely know what
You
school
what
he
I'm
go
saying?
to.
Yeah, I'm about
Right.
to say, yeah.
And so I'm not trying to say she's supposed to be. She is supposed to be furious, but
But even the class that he went back with, or the class that they reunited him with, like, why the fuck didn't that teacher should have went and told the teacher whose teacher he was, and probably just to cover your ass went on and told the principal.
Right.
Like, I just want you to know this is something that happened today.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, this might be an issue. Like, this, I don't want, this is going to be something that's now getting nationwide coverage. We didn't left this fucking 3-year-old at the damn rodeo in Houston.
Yeah, they tried it.
Yeah, they did. So whatever happened to that teacher in that school, that's like shame on y'all niggas for that.
and the main thing is the cover up. You gotta just
Yeah, you got
make-
to. The least
you have
thing
to
they
be
should have did was say
transparent.
something right when it happened.
Right, you have to just be transparent because that's not even, you know what I mean.
All right, y'all. The next thing we're going to talk about is, and I'm assuming this is probably one of the last times we're going to talk about him until however his life go when he get out. But Tekashi 6ix9ine, his prison release date has been set, and as of now, he is set to be released from prison on August 2nd. And a rep for him.
You better hope everybody stay quarantined till then.
Right. Lance Lazaro predicted back in December that 6ix9ine would be finished serving his 24-month prison sentence by the end of July. Turns out he had it almost to the day. So he's getting out on August 2nd. And I think from what it sounds like, this nigga plan on just coming back out like nothing. He refused witness protection, and he gonna make music.
All right.
We'll see how that goes.
Until he's discovered somewhere.
Right.
Which I don't wish that for him, but you did too much, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
don't
just-
see.
a
I don't
lot
see. I
in-
don't see his career moving the same way like it was before. Like, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's all we can say is just we're going to see what happens. Ain't nobody finna wish nothing on that man, but what
No,
you
no,
doing?
of course not, no.
Maybe. But I guess what else is he supposed to do?
Move the country, go to a different country, rap via satellite.
Yeah,
I don't know what
they
else he
got
can
Whitney
do.
Houston on a hologram tour, nigga. Maybe you could do the same thing.
All right, make some YouTube videos.
Yeah, which that's fucked up, by the way. This Whitney Houston hologram tour. Have y'all seen the hologram picture?
No. Is it not look like her?
It does, but it's creepy looking.
Yeah, those holograms are creepy anyway.
Yeah.
Some people like it, but it's not for me.
That's like they had Tupac at Coachella a few years back. He told me, "What's up, Coachella?" in Tupac's voice. Like, hey,
Yikes.
Coachella wasn't going around when he was alive.
Right.
But anyway, so somebody else is in some legal trouble right now, and I feel even less bad for. I feel more pity for Tekashi than I feel for this next nigga.
I know, that's what I thought the match was.
I thought it was too. I didn't know we had 2 jail stories.
Yeah, I
We ain't got much for you, y'all. We trying.
After we scraped the bottom of the barrel, we did roll up on Harvey Winstein, who was, of course, sentenced to 23 years in prison for rape charges. But let me tell you something. Harvey Weinstein, I mean, this nigga showed up at camp looking, not camp. He showed up at court looking so damn decrepit.
And he
just
did that on
weak
purpose,
and
too. Like,
feeble.
he, like,
on
everything.
a walker. That nigga in his 50s.
Right. He
Oh,
knocked
so he
that
can
up.
live. He can survive that.
Yeah, no, he's.
Well, maybe, but if he is ill as he acting like he is, he probably won't. I mean, Harvey Weinstein, he had a walker and everything. Like, he got the same walker that my granny got. My
Do
granny.
he still got more charges?
Oh,
than
he's 67.
Oh yeah, I don't know if he gonna make that one.
Yeah, but he's not.
He
You know
could.
what I mean? Well, I mean, maybe he is sick, but what do you expect? You're a horrible person. What do you think was
Right.
going to happen? You
Well,
supposed to be.
Do he
He-
have more charges to face, or that's
Yeah, he
it?
still got charges to face in L.A.
So he gonna get some more time.
Yeah, he gonna get some more time, and
Yeah.
so he's also taking it one step further. Recently, y'all, he didn't. They said he didn't fail a few times in prison. They said at first
Well, you better be down there.
They asked him.
He'll be all right.
His defense asked the prosecutors and the judge to give him like 5 years. You know what I mean? But of course, he got 23. But Harvey Weinstein, he's back in hospital now. He's saying he's suffering from chest pains after his 23-year sentence.
I bet you
Well,
are, baby.
The consequences of your motherfucking actions,
It
nigga.
is.
Shut the
And
fuck
I think
up.
what makes it worse is just that, okay, obviously all this stuff has come out that everybody's been talking about you is true. And I'm not trying to say we aren't the ones who made it worse, but it's just like up until this point, ain't nobody questioned you about shit. Ain't nobody tried to do no secret interviews like they've been doing all these people. Ain't nobody trying to do. They really haven't done anything super incriminating to you other than just come out and say this might be true about him. Ain't nobody tried to like press you to be concerned about it. And so now you got all these damn excuses because you got 23 years, nigga. You ain't been trying to defend nothing up until this point.
Listen, the nigga ain't really said shit.
He hasn't.
Like,
He acting like he got the shake so bad he can't.
Right,
Like Harvey
so-
Weinstein
Listen.
acting like he's fully through.
he just get. That's
Well,
what you
you are
get, bro.
through, baby.
And so then something else that's really not going to help his case. Newly unsealed court documents reveal an email from 2017 in which Harvey Weinstein lashed out at Jennifer Aniston and reportedly wanted her killed. The email from October 31st, 2017
this
read,
nigga's a
Jen
monster.
Aniston should be killed, which Weinstein wrote in response to his representative following a reporter seeking his comments about his alleged groping of the Friends actress. And it's noted there was roughly 1,000 pages of documents unsealed ahead of Weinstein's sentencing on March 11th, which saw him serving 23 years in prison, 18 years more than what he begged the judge for. But now you out there trying to get folks bumped off on top of that.
Right, we don't need the details of it, okay? If our
Listen,
people
nigga,
sitting
you
up in
going to
there,
jail,
y'all finna be sitting up in there too.
And that's it. You just gonna have to be sick in jail.
Right, and ain't nobody doing all this crying and extra shit. Some niggas are just sitting up in there just taking what they got. 'Cause
And
they
that's
know
exactly
that,
what he
And
need
what
to
you
do.
don't not is deserve it, okay?
Right.
So,
And I mean,
yeah.
because I think if I'm not mistaken, even like Lupita Nyong'o came out and said he had done something to make her very uncomfortable.
something
you know,
weird.
Like, he done weird stuff to a lot of.
And
Yeah, he
Oprah,
just
y'all
gotta-
don't come out and
bro.
tell us how he is. Because look, you and Gail gonna have to do something to try to, I'm
Right.
not saying you just have to do it, but even the playing field, you know what I mean? Because we looking at y'all side-eyed a little bit.
Cause they
Yeah.
cool, right?
Well, they were.
Well, they
haven't been-
were cool, but that's what it is that Oprah has a relationship with all these people that she has come out because that is her reporting, or her Gail, because that's their
job.
right, their media job or their responsibility to get these interviews that really nobody else can get. But for the fact that you have not touched this nigga, like we want to know what this nigga did too.
Right.
It's a lot more people came out on him that we know that he's had an effect on.
Versus anybody else.
And even now, he coming out talking about I don't feel like I have no real effect on things in Hollywood. Oh, now you ain't got no effect on niggas
Right.
shit in Hollywood. Okay, well, good. You
Yeah,
sure
everybody
don't.
else
You know,
seem
asking
feel-
folks to
feel
twist one
different.
off,
Yeah.
your little ragged ass, so they could get a role in a movie or some shit.
Now
you
you down
had
there in
influence.
jail, on the ground.
Well, let's just hope he gets some more time, and then he'll just be.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in
We have to
LA
see.
specifically, with all those actresses and all those aspiring actresses that have like testimonies for him, he definitely gonna get at least. I mean, I feel like he ain't getting away with at least. I bet you money they slap on minimum 7 more years. So that's gonna be at least
You
30
might as
years.
well
this
just
nigga.
double it up, bro.
Yeah, Cosby gonna get out before him.
You just go ahead and get a nigga 50.
Damn, Cosby gonna be out soon. I'm
Well,
surprised.
Cosby been chilling and keeping his mouth shut.
Cosby in
Nah,
that eye.
he said
No, he
something.
was trying to defend somebody a couple weeks ago.
Who was it? I
Harvey
forgot.
Winstein, wasn't it?
I feel like
Or
it was
was it?
somebody else. It was something that wasn't really related
Oh,
to
he
rape.
came out like in defending Kobe and with Gail or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay, yeah. But Bill Cosby,
How many years did he get?
I think Bill Cosby got like 5 to 7, something like that.
He's
Something.
gonna be done.
Yeah, Bill Cosby been in
Should
jail
have
about
did by 3.
Yeah. Let me see how long prison sentence. Bill Cosby got 3 to 10 years in September 2018. He already been there 2. He's up for parole next year.
No, and he's gonna get it too because he ain't been doing nothing but just in there.
Being old, acting like he really leaning on that eye and just letting
Right.
folks, them eyes is through. Them eyes is dead. All right.
Fully blue.
Right.
Racks do too.
All right. The last story that we're gonna talk about today, y'all, is actually Zeus is having an exclusive. They're having an interview with Ray J and
I'm gonna
Princess
turn my
Love.
Zeus back on because I think I still
I kind of
got
want to see this a little bit. It's
Yeah,
an
I ain't gonna lie,
exclusive
it
though.
look good.
There's no host.
I love what you said. I ain't gonna lie, it look good.
There's no host. It's literally just like
Of course
them,
it's good.
cameras, producers.
Who
like
is
it's
it?
unscripted. It's Ray J and Princess Love.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's Ray J
Let
and
me
Princess.
go add Zeus on
It's
back.
only $3.99 a month.
Right, it ain't, you can go and get that.
You can put this
wouldn't
on
even
your
remember
TV.
that.
Also, you just do it on your phone.
Huh?
You can put it on your TV also.
Yeah, I normally do it on my TV. I mean, on my phone, and then you can just do
Screen mirror
everything.
TV.
Yeah, you can just do
Okay.
it. I mean, like you can still open your account from your TV.
Okay, yeah. But so Princess Love, they're talking about, of course, like one of the big, they made a lot of headlines a couple years ago. I mean, not a couple years ago, a couple months ago, because supposedly when
would
Princess
they do
Love was
that?
still pregnant in Las Vegas, she said that he abandoned her there. Like he left her stranded in Las Vegas. He made a video later saying he was still in Las Vegas in the room that they had and that he clearly had not left her. But in the trailer for the interview, it really just kind of seemed like she got some stuff that she really ain't been able to get past that's really bothering her, and he just kind of seemed like he wanted to stop talking about it. That's what I got from it. Am I tripping?
Me too. Me too.
That's what I got. It's just really just some drama that people, I ain't gonna say all people go through that, but it's some marital drama that people go through. It's probably more common than what we think. And it's just interesting.
I don't like that I don't think that. If this is as raw and as real as it's supposed to be, I don't think that that's the appropriate place to have the
No,
conversation.
Yeah,
Definitely
definitely
not.
not.
So you're
But that's
like-
why people gonna tune in and watch
Yeah.
it though.
And them only doing an interview about this, like it is very extra, both of you. Like it's so extra, we can't tell who the extra one is.
And they also-
it
she
fit
also-
right in line for what Ray J likes to
But
do.
that's what I'm saying. But she still got to agree to do it, and she
Yeah.
still is.
I mean,
on
she
there.
seemed like she the one who wanted to do it.
No, she absolutely does.
She also said in an extended trailer that I saw. I don't know if y'all saw that, but she was talking about when he had like, damn, I even got to use this word, but he had like some different strippers and escorts in his hotel room.
Escorts, what you don't want to say?
Strippers
Or
and
different
escorts
strippers.
in
Different strippers.
in
He
his
don't want to
room.
use the escorts.
in the room, and he was
At
just
least it
saying
wasn't no meth
he
in
was just
there.
saying because he was
Woo, he trying it, y'all.
What?
he just said because he was bored, and that's why he had him in there. But he was just trying to act like I guess that she was.
Because he
that
was
good.
bored. How
And he's
about
talking
going
about
there
he
and bounce the
paid him
baby
like
on your knee? How about
$100.
teach the baby some ABCs?
$100
Go on a couple little educate. Really?
like
nigga?
$100 like every like either minute or every hour
Every
just
10
for
minutes
them
or
for every
something
10
like
minutes $100 every 10 minutes for them just to dance and just chill. Is what he
Every
what he
10
claims.
minutes?
Yeah.
That's what she was saying,
So
right?
is it
She
10
was
minutes?
But he
yeah.
wasn't really agreeing to that.
He was just acting like he just asked her why she was talking about that, how that was related to him being a band. He was trying to. He was just saying you stacking too much shit together. I mean, that's
can't
nigga because you done
concentrate.
did so much shit.
Yeah.
So
No, wait. He said she's snacking too much
Yeah,
shit together.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
nigga, look, hate it when you start stacking shit together.
You got to answer one question
Right,
at a
nigga. I'm
time.
only dealing with one issue. I'm gonna take credit for one
I
shit
came here to talk
choose.
about the abandonment.
Right,
That's it.
not the
Yeah,
escorts,
that's like, y'all, we only
nigga.
got 2 hours for this special.
$100.
We
ain't
don't
talking
have no
about all
time.
that.
Not the border. We not talking all that right now. I hate it. I hate all of it. And girl, you already knew. You knew what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this just look right in line for what Ray J does. But it also look like good TV. I ain't gonna lie.
It
Ray
does,
J
and
really
it's
has
just-
grown to be really
And it
extra,
just
though,
ain't
isn't it?
around nothing. It's just a slammed Zeus interview. You know what I
Right.
mean? Ain't nothing around it. Ain't no marriage to boot camp. They ain't talking about getting better.
Yeah, they ain't got no counselor. They ain't got
He
nothing.
was crying.
It's just them.
Them niggas got 2 couches, no ref. Okay.
She said when he
Baby's
did
in
that,
the
she
back.
lost respect for him and she lost a lot of love for him. And in the end, she told him if he didn't let her talk, that she was gonna get up and leave. He's like, get up and leave. I don't
Then
give
he
a
said, I don't
fuck.
give
She
a
got up
fuck.
and
Then she
left.
there on the bed. She got up and
On
left.
cue.
Then she was crying, talking about she don't respect him no more. She don't love him no more. And then it said only on Zeus.
Only on Zeus,
Only on
honey.
Zeus.
And that's the only episode, honey. So you better be in.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what else they got. Because it's just that conversation.
Oh, that's what I mean. That's how you know.
Is it
both
like
of
a
them extra.
2-part series or what?
I
And
don't
Zeus
know.
just came out. What's they paying y'all? $29.
Like, I'm really thinking
$100
Ray J
every
got to
10
be like
minutes.
executive producer over there.
Shut $100 every 10 minutes.
No, you know, I mean, I don't necessarily like check for them as a couple like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when they was on Love and Hip Hop one time, and they
And
got
it was
into about
doing
something.
this.
She
He
threw
knocked her
wine.
in the
She threw
pool?
wine at him, and he knocked her in the pool.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, but I don't
Oh,
like
that
shit
was
like that neither. I
horrible.
don't.
That
First of
was
all,
funny as hell.
stop throwing wine on people. And really, he didn't really throw in the pool. She tried to charge that
He
nigga.
just-
He just
he
moved
just
and kind of
moved.
he moved and let her
Like-
get what she got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he gotta just
He just let her get to what she got
He
to.
got a good
just
sidestep.
rearrange the
Shit, by the
air
time
around her.
her momentum had got too sped up. She was going too fast. She couldn't stop
She
in them
was too
heels.
mad. That's what happens
she
when
was
you get
moving too
mad.
fast. She was moving at high speeds. And she just fell in the pool.
See, that nigga just walked off.
He just walked off.
I hated to see that. I didn't like to see it.
Oh man, I actually think Ray J is very entertaining. I
No,
don't know if
he
he's a good
absolutely
guy,
is.
but he is entertaining to me.
And you still have to be a certain level of person to even be with somebody like that, okay?
Right.
Like she.
Cause he gonna come with the antics.
Yeah, he coming with something on this. But anyway, y'all, that is all this week on What's Poppin'. And now we're going to move over into our next segment where we recognize a very beautiful woman, and that is our Dime of the Week segment.
I'm looking for a dime. That's top of the line. Cute face, slim waist with a big behind. I need a dime. That's top of the line. Cute face, slim waist with a big behind. You want this money, then you got
Today, our Dime of the Week is the birthday girl, the very beautiful, the very talented Miss Jhene Aiko. Okay, and Jhene actually, you know what? She just released the album last week, Chilombo, which is a fire-ass album if you've not heard it.
really is, as normal.
It's a good-ass album, as she always does. But you know what I mean? Like, I was actually surprised we were all sitting there talking about that we hadn't given Jhene Aiko Dime of the Week already.
Which is
I feel like I thought we did before,
But we
Maybe we
didn't.
did it on the
Couple of-
Lost episodes, you think?
Maybe so. I don't know.
Okay.
But Jhene Aiko is beautiful.
Jhene Aiko is beautiful. She talented. She real wavy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I feel like she like got her own like style.
Yeah,
Like she
definitely.
not pressed to fit into like the beauty standards of what the media try to put on people.
Yeah, and like she ain't a stain on her. Like she look-
Right.
she
No,
look
it really
good.
isn't. Like whenever the boys are playing, that's like Jhene. She just pops up. He's like, well, how'd she get a verse on this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and then but girls love her too. Like
Yeah.
she just is always saying some shit we need to.
And you don't never hear nothing bad about her. You know what I mean? Like ain't nobody never just out here talking shit about Jhene Aiko like
Nah.
that. She
And that's
seem
what I
to
love,
get
'cause
along.
she
She
be-
unproblematic.
She isn't, and she be singing and rapping about stuff that like if anybody was really doing it, she'd be like, okay, that nigga crazy. Like not too many people can draw that line.
Yeah.
Because it really is still like I like how I'm saying like from a woman's point of view, I do like how she really shows you don't really have to be like crazy and outlandish, but you still are allowed to be emotional. You know what I mean? You are allowed to have these feelings that might be a little off because we just,
It's normal.
Right, it's normal to have those feelings. Acting on it might not be the best thing, but it doesn't matter. We're women. We have very big imaginations. You know what I mean? So
And
I
as
mean,
fine as she is, I'm actually really happy that her and Big Sean got back together.
me too.
I like them as a couple.
Me too.
Yeah.
You
I
like
think they working on a new album, right?
2888, the second one.
Yeah.
That album was fire too.
That first one, that shit was hard.
You know, she's also her daughter is Omarion's niece.
Right.
Yeah, and Omarion got a new song out with T-Pain, by the way. Also, that song was good.
I like T-Pain too.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that's
I
a
didn't
good
know
song.
that.
I'll play for you when we're done. But yeah, but nah, Jhene Aiko, you know what I mean? Like just talented. She write her own shit. She'd be over there chilling high, singing.
Right.
Right.
You know
There's
what I
not
mean?
much we even
Telling
have
us
to
a
say.
little too much about her sex life, but you know what I
Right.
mean? But you're still interested, you know what I'm saying? Like she just
Yeah, we really don't even have to say much about her because
said
everybody
she
knows.
said Big Sean clapped them cheeks 9 times a day.
Not clapped
Said,
it.
damn, how you
I
that's
think
why
it was
he
a little
ain't-
more poetic than
that's why
that,
he
but
ain't-
yeah, it
that's
was
why he
about.
ain't- That's why he ain't released no albums.
It was around. It
Right.
was along them lines.
Somebody talking about tomorrow night promise, get your cheeks clapped today. Coronavirus 13 and 4.
Right. Listen,
wrong.
you never know when your last day will be.
So clap them cheeks while you
Clap
can.
them chaps.
No,
You did it. Baby.
I
That's
said
on,
clap them
baby, that's on
cheeks.
your heart. Okay. That's on your heart, baby. Okay, because I didn't say it. You said it.
I did not say that. I can't wait till you run
Did
it
he
back.
say it or not?
No.
What you hear say, Moji?
I heard chaps, but I don't know who said it first.
I heard with a head.
Okay.
I feel like I heard it twice.
We're
Well,
not
you
talking
ain't-
about no chaps today. But
You
anyway.
ain't gonna let us do it.
Okay, so anyway, that's all. We want to celebrate Jhene Aiko, though. Like, she talented. And if you have not heard Chilombo, go back and listen to it. It's a good ass CD. I didn't even know she was dropping that.
I didn't either.
It
I don't
came
think
out-
a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
just
people
knew
came
she
out
had
of
that
nowhere.
one single, the Pussy Fairy song.
Oh, the Pussy Fairy song.
But that was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much it.
Which
And
that song
she just
slapped.
kinda, dropped the whole thing.
Yeah. And Jhene Aiko can sing, too.
Yeah.
I mean, she's wavy, and she got, like, a cool vibe, but the vocals is on point.
Yeah, always.
And she been in the industry for such a long time. I remember she was going, like, on the Scream tours back in the day with B2K and Bow Wow. Like, she been in the industry a long time.
And I remember my dad hearing her Just like in the house one day, we were just playing, and he was literally like, "Who is that?"
Right.
Like that's how you know. You already know when the old schools they like,
Yeah.
somebody here getting that hoe.
And I remember on Nothing Was the Same with Drake, From Time with him, or her on that song From Time with Drake. That was one of my favorite songs on that album.
She was on that album.
She
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
she been around for a while.
She-
No,
been around
she
for a long
absolutely has.
time.
She absolutely has.
And so yeah, but check out the album, and you can go back and listen. I have to admit too, when she first came out, I wasn't really on that wave just in general, so I was kind of late. Like I think I started really getting on her heavy when on the last album, Trip. I did listen to like Sell On and like her EPs and stuff before, but Trip is when I really got on her heavy, and then like this last album I listened to it, like I've kept in rotation pretty heavy. So shout out to Jhene Aiko. She's a beautiful woman, and she's our dime of the week. And now we're gonna move over into our next segment, which is our number one favorite game, and that is One's Gotta Go. One's Gotta Go. This week on One's Gotta Go, y'all, we're choosing from these things have all happened as a result of the coronavirus pandemic that's going on right now, right? So one of these is something that annoys us so much that it's got to go. We can deal with the other two because we ain't got no choice of dealing with all three of them. But if we could choose one to go away, we would choose one of them, all right? So what we're going to deal with today is
Over it all.
supply shortages, social distancing, and media coverage, all based around the coronavirus, all right? So supply shortages, social distancing, and media coverage. Which one of these has to go? Now, we can talk it out, or do y'all want to 1, 2, 3, and then talk it out how y'all want to do it?
Now, let's talk it out first.
Okay.
Because I don't really know.
Let's start with supply shortage.
Well, I've been trying to find bread for about a week.
You see what Offset tweeted? He told me, man, anybody got some bread? I can't find that shit nowhere. Like, he tweeted it out. So even famous people ain't finding no
Yeah,
bread.
bro, bread is hard to come by.
You go somewhere and start getting bougie and go to Albertson and get the French bread, or go to La Madeline or something and get some
Right.
bread
Yeah,
that you
go
really
get
don't
you
usually
some crumpets.
use. Yeah.
Bread is
Some
hard to come by.
baguettes,
Some
nigga.
big have to use biscuits, biscuits.
Water is hard to come by too. Every
Water.
place I've been
But
going.
Dasani, they keep making that.
Why
You seen
did
that
they
meme?
do that?
I like Dasani.
I don't really care for it, but I'll drink it if I have
I don't
to.
like Aquafina and Deja Blue. Like I like Dasani. I like Ozarka.
And it's just like I don't know if it's just annoying. Like
Smart water.
I don't need no toilet paper, but I would like to have a package when I need some
But
later.
this the thing. Some of that stuff you should already have. But
Right.
if it stay like this, when you normally would run out, it ain't gonna be nothing left.
No,
Like,
but and then that's what it is too. Like you not like the hoarding is really just showing. I mean, like, because people should be able to, even if the grocery stores are getting their regular shipment or amping up the shipment of things that they're running out of, like, you already know there's those people that are just going every day trying to
Right.
get there early to buy 5 things of toilet paper or whatever
Right,
now.
right.
And I saw a couple people in line too that you're kind of like, okay, good, they getting them because like they're starting to put a limit on everything. So even like
Oh,
the wet
heck
wipes,
yeah.
like a lady today, when I was in Kroger, the lady in the self checkout stopped her and was like, "Bruh, it's a 5 lemon, you got 6," and she's
You
like,
gotta
"You got
put
to,
that hoe
yeah, you
back?
got to run that back because." You got to just stop being that way. And that's what's most annoying is just knowing that if everybody just did their part, like I'm even looking at, like if I have, like when I did my regular grocery shopping and I got like a big thing of toilet paper, like you might go through, girls use a lot of toilet paper, so you might go through a couple of rolls of toilet paper a week.
Right.
Y'all might not, but maybe 2 or 3 just because girls use a lot of toilet paper. But even
I'm
so,
regular. I'll be probably going through a couple rolls.
but that's what I mean. Like even
Yeah.
if you're by yourself and you buy a 24 pack, you say when you go grocery shopping, you just rebuy all your toilet paper or whatever. Like that takes 4 weeks to get through. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like so for
right.
you to go think you're supposed to be buying 10 things of toilet paper,
That's
like
excessive.
Yeah, in 2 months you're not going through 24 packs.
Right. Right.
And you know what? Also, people are being really stupid. Like, I've seen a lot of people with those carts where they bought, like, before they put the limits on shit, like, they buying, like, 20 gallons of milk. Like, that shit is
Bro,
going to fucking spoil. And then when you come back to the store and need to
unnecessary.
replenish because that shit didn't spoil, ain't going to be nothing because motherfuckers dumb like you.
And
You know
that's
what
what
I
I
mean?
saw too. That's my auntie put up a meme talking about for all y'all going buying 100 things of soap. Other people have to wash their hands for the virus not to spread, right?
Right.
Like niggas can't even get shit to keep themselves safe. What you hoarding? You out there? You can't wash your hands with all that soap.
You see
Bro,
that man that
a
bought
thing
that
of soap lasts a
17,000?
long time,
Yeah,
bro.
it does, yeah.
Like,
And let me tell you something. Ain't nobody eating right now like soft soap, Dial, and Purell. Them niggas out there
nigga,
eating, nigga.
if you was
No,
talking
the
nigga,
toilet
that
paper
best.
period. And toilet paper ain't cheap anyway.
Hell
okay?
no, it definitely ain't.
Like every time you pay that little $10, $12 for that jumbo pack, you be like, shit, I cannot eat this shit. I'm literally throwing money down the toilet.
And the thing is, it's always toilet paper. I ain't never been to the store and not found toilet paper until now.
Yeah.
Yeah, now niggas got to resort to one ply.
Like, bro,
Wipe
what?
with your hand with a little sheet over it.
Yeah,
Like-
it's not good.
Okay, social distancing.
So that's what pretty much everything's getting shut down.
Yeah, the everything getting shut down. Them,
Got the
also
quarantine.
It's people self quarantining. You know,
And we
going
talked
up-
about that a little bit earlier. I don't think we talked about it on air, but yeah, maybe we did. We just talked about it today.
Yeah.
Just talking about more than. I mean, I don't really hang out in groups of people more than 50. Like
Right.
if I'm going to like a little birthday party like that, I would still prefer it to be like in a little party room. We didn't rent it out. Maybe do a little
Right.
karaoke room or something like that. And it ain't finna be more than 20 people. 25
Right.
tops.
Right.
And so the social distancing really doesn't bother me that much because I try to keep a smaller circle anyway. I mean,
Well, the thing
y'all
about
are-
the social
y'all are in like
distancing
3 of my circles.
is I don't want to be mandated to not be able to leave.
Right,
You
right,
know what I'm
right.
saying?
But see, that's what ends up happening. That's why San Francisco going through what they going through. Because like I said, especially even younger people, it's really in place more for them than anybody. Just that feeling invincible, and then just them still doing everything like nothing is happening is probably why they're starting to put that in place. Because people are acting like this shit is not going on.
Right, because literally every day people still going out to the
Yeah.
bars, and I don't mind. I would go to a restaurant or some shit like that, but not. It's me and maybe a table full of people, like 4 people max.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around 50 people just on a regular
Nah.
day anyway.
But even that, it's like, is it okay to have like a? We joked about it, but is it okay to have a Corona party with just like 10 of your friends? Is it
I think
okay
that's
to
fine.
have? Do you think that's okay?
I mean, that was
Yeah.
on. That was
I
one.
mean, I don't know
of
if we're supposed to be pushing that as a
That was
man's
one-
world, but
that was one
like,
of the things
I guess
that-
that's a Corona party.
They had like a list of things that were like
Acceptable.
Yeah,
I
and
think that was on there.
That was one of the ones that was. I think it was in the middle. It was like going to people's houses with things that's not recommended. May not be. They were saying like have a game night at home with your family. They were saying shit like that. you know?
Right.
Yeah, but what's family like 5 or 6 people?
But
Exactly.
it's people you live with anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, depending on your family setup. But I mean, yeah. But I still think that's better than going out to like a bar or going
Heck
to
yeah.
like an amusement park or
Which
something.
Now, I
is
will say
kinda-
I went to go get a bottle because I figured we gonna be in the crib. Might as
Yeah.
well drink a
Dang,
little bit.
I got one for you.
That mug was literally like so many people. I was like, if you going for like the Super Bowl or something like that, you know how it'd be like a ton of people in there. It was like that.
At the liquor store.
Yeah,
Damn.
Oh, wow.
like people were stocking up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they don't know when, and that's what. And listen, there was a meme I read. I forget what it said. Let me see if I can find it. But it was basically like it was talking about like all the shit. It's talking. Okay, it's talking about coronavirus, flu virus, Billy Ray Cyrus. I don't give a fuck. They better not close the liquor store.
right. That hole was definitely open, nigga.
Yeah,
and
no,
boom.
that's gonna be one of the last things to close. Niggas are gonna need some libations while they stuck in the house.
Yeah, and it's just better just to try to keep a couple of things open. It's gonna keep people.
I mean, at least
comfortable,
I much prefer people buy alcohol and drink at the house than go to the bar and
Facts.
everybody toasting up there.
And it is so mental because even right now, I mean, I wasn't really just planning on going nowhere, but I do feel like I've been kind of at the house for
Like,
a few
now I
days.
want to.
Right, and I don't
Right.
even want to. I'm like, I don't have nowhere I need to be. You know what I mean? Like,
I just be feeling like, okay, it's one thing to be like, okay, I need a couple days to just chill, but after that, I be like, I need to get out the house and do
right,
something.
right.
Yeah.
And so that's
Like,
just the
and
fear.
then when you don't have no options, it make you want to do something even more.
Right.
That's kind of how I feel.
And even right now, while we have options, I feel like a lot of people are. I mean, I feel like there's a good majority of people that are still like, because of course, I mean, like I like going to the movies just like in the
Right.
middle of the day. It has popped in my head like I would love to go to the movies, but I'm not gonna go right now because I know that I shouldn't do that. You know, what I mean?
Right.
Like it's probably not the best idea right now.
Right.
So it is. I mean, you do get a little mental restraint, even though hell, I still got to get my ass up, try to get my
Right.
actually get to the movie theater, which normally just don't happen.
Right. And
So
then,
is it really? Am I really being held back on?
It normally just don't happen.
And last but not least is media coverage, which is just really to me is just overwhelming because there's so much information coming from so many different outlets.
And it's
a
It's
lot of the
press conference every
same-
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Literally
just-
every 10 minutes we get an alert about something
Yeah.
closing or something.
And
you know
really,
I'm
what it
saying,
boils
changing.
down to is we just got to see what happens, y'all. Okay.
Right.
I mean, the next thing, everything is shot, but it is. It's just nothing is. And I'm sorry if y'all choosing for media coverage to be the one that leads because we have had a Corona field day today.
Well, the thing about the corona,
But we ain't got nothing else to talk about, y'all. For real, we
the
decided
media
yesterday-
coverage is what
Right.
it's what's causing all the other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
As
especially
always.
with like Twitter and like Instagram and shit. We live in Texas, and you could be looking at people posts that somebody retweeted. They live in fucking Chicago or whatever. So it's like their whole environment is different.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we seeing that shit like, oh shit, we ain't got nothing in the stores, and that's making people panic.
And
So-
I think, and with the media coverage too, it's just like you see all these movies and stuff like that. You see things that are happening in other places, and it does make you panic because you're like, we say out loud all these things that wasn't never gonna happen. This time last week, like there's no way they could shut everything down. Nigga, everything's gonna get shut right on down.
Right.
And I feel
Nigga.
like a lot of shit is like a
Colleges.
domino effect. Like once 2-3 cities start shutting shit down, everybody else like, well, shit, fuck it, we got to do it
Yeah, you can't look like the crazy
Also,
one and then have a
right.
whole outbreak.
Right, really
Right.
tight. To be honest, like I was actually very shocked that New York had some people that tested positive for coronavirus like last week or the week before. They just started shutting down schools. Last week was they was in school last week.
Yeah.
They shut down to April 20th now, but they just shut down. I'm thinking that's one of the worst places to do that shit because at least like like a place like Texas. Like, of course, we live in a city, but there's a lot of land and flat
It's
space
rural.
and room in Texas.
Yeah,
you know,
it's very rural.
lots of rural shit in between shit in Texas. But like in New York, everybody's like, it's like a
They
bunk
all on
bed
top of
city.
each
They
other,
all
bro.
like stacked up. You know what I mean?
And they
And
have
then
their.
the
They
thing
gonna
about-
regret that shit too.
The thing about New York, even like I think about
It's now
LA,
sitting there.
Yeah.
that's where everybody wants to come. Like people from other countries, when they think about America, they think about New York, they think about LA.
Right.
Right.
That's where the fuck they want to travel to.
Yeah.
Like,
So
and
they're
even
traveling-
people in America, like those two top like vacation places.
Facts.
And
Yeah.
then the East Coast, they don't do their spring break until April too. So I think that even a lot of places in Texas that are having their spring break within the last few weeks, they were kind of just trying to hold off. You know, like
Right,
like
'cause
you
they
were already
knew.
on spring break or he was coming up.
Right.
They
Yeah.
they gonna have to be able to take all these places off. But yeah, no, this shit is off the wall, man. That is.
It's just it's overwhelming. And Donald Trump has done a piss poor job. But really, first of all, he lied too much. You just really don't want to trust him. But I know that there are some
Bro, it's
things.
hard to trust anything he
It
says.
is, but there were some things he was saying, at least about it being like, saying it's gonna be serious. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. I mean, I don't even want to give him that, but I did. I
But
was
the
kind of
thing
like,
is,
yeah, that's.
he said before that it wasn't nothing to worry about. He was like
He
the
did.
media just saying
Yeah.
whatever like he always say, and
That's because
then
he having that though. I'm telling you.
shit
I
start
ain't
getting
trying to speak on
bad,
that
and
man
now he
life, but that
changing
nigga
it
got
up.
the flu. I mean, not the flu. The
Got the
coronavirus.
flu.
All right, so which one do y'all want? 1, 2, 3.
Hold on, what are they again?
Okay, we got
I
supply
actually know what I'm
shortage,
getting rid of now.
social distancing, and media coverage. Supply shortage, social distancing, and media coverage.
I'm ready.
Me too.
Ready?
Mhm.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Social
Supply
distancing.
shortage. I'm doing supply shortage too.
Okay, what you got, G? Why social distancing?
Wait. Explain the rules again.
I know this
Well,
one's
these are
got
all
confused.
three.
This is
These are all
tricky.
it's repercussions of the coronavirus, but one you have to deal with the other two. But one of them is just like it's too much. I can't deal with that.
Oh, okay. I changed mine then, cause that was the one I could deal with the most.
Yeah.
It's social distancing.
Yeah,
I could deal with that the most.
like
too.
I could. Wait, what the fuck am I trying to say? I'm
Yeah, so
confusing
the-
my damn self.
So the one you don't want to deal with anymore.
I don't want to deal with supply shortages. I
don't want to deal with that.
I just think this.
Yeah.
I think it's unnecessary, and I think it's stupid. We wasn't never in danger of not having toilet paper till now, y'all dumb motherfuckers.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like we weren't. That wasn't even an issue. I can understand maybe soap seeing a little spike. You know what I mean? Or maybe like even hand sanitizer. But y'all just make like the fact that niggas ain't got
shouldn't
bread.
be a reason for people to not be able to get soap or hand sanitizer. I should be able to go to the store at any moment and get either one of those things, bro.
My pop's telling me just get some aloe vera gel and some alcohol, but you can't find alcohol no more. Like
Yeah.
Right, bro. Everything is gone. Like, bro, I went to the store. This was even before shit started getting canceled, really. Like, they didn't have no, like, fucking vitamin C. The medicine aisle, all the vitamins, that shit was completely empty.
Really?
Bro, that shit was crazy. This was maybe, like, Tuesday.
Damn.
And it's just showing how people are gonna act. You know what I mean? It's just like all these systems, and this is also showing just like all these systems that are set up. We know that they're set up for things to run smoothly and for everything to go, step by step. But this just also proves that they can be shut off at any time. And
Right,
it really, as a human, is not making that big a difference. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in the same breath, it's just like if everybody just did what they were supposed to do, a lot of these systems would not have to be set in place. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like if everybody just could go in and get what they actually needed, we might not even need money. You know what I mean? But this
Right.
is just proof to show like niggas is
It's
not
greedy
gonna ever do
motherfuckers
right.
out here,
Right? They're
like-
not ever. But it's like, is this the problem right here? Is this what we need to pinpoint as just even who the criminals are against
Well,
mankind?
it's really just like, bro, you can care about yourself. I get that. Because everybody, at the end of the day, you care about yourself. But you don't need 10 things of water, bro.
Right.
And
I
it's
also
you
care
and your
about other
daughter.
people, and I want other people to have
Like-
the shit they need too. Like I really caring about yourself, of course. Duh, everybody care about themselves. But I really do want us to be all right. And for us
But
to
it
be
com-
all right, we got to stop acting like that.
Yeah,
So,
and it
Right,
comes from
right.
a place of desperation still. Of
Right.
feeling like, in Canada, it's been a whole week since they said that people are not going to have to worry about their rent or health care or being tested if they feel like they're sick. They're basically not going to have to worry about money. It's
Right.
already been out for a couple weeks, and we here in the States throwing it up for grabs. Like, that's what makes people feel like they're supposed to go crazy and
Right.
be only looking out for their well-being, because it's like, is the bigger picture really going to take care of us? If that's what we were
No,
talking
man,
about, we
it's
were walking a
looking
minute
out
ago.
for
Yeah,
us.
the answer is no.
Right. Is the bigger picture really going to look out for me, or am I going to have to get cutthroat and worry about myself? You know what I mean?
Right, right.
And when it goes down to it, it's like, am I going to have to sell this? Am I really going to be in a position to have to sell these? Like, you hope that it doesn't get that bad, but it's just like, there is a setup that's kind of letting you feel like you have to be that way too. Like something that's letting you know you have to be that way.
Yeah, because it's no, like, you feel like you don't have no security blanket.
Right.
Of being like, okay, if worse come to worse, like, my basic necessities will still be okay. But you like, well, fuck it, I got to go take.
And even some of that is, I feel like some of the main people that are worried about it, even, I'm not talking about just generally worried about it, but doing stuff like buying, are probably even some of the people that are the least risk. You know what I mean? Like that cutthroat attitude comes from having to go without at some point, probably, and you just feeling like, you don't ever want to feel that way again.
Or
but you look at these,
just a pure fear of I've always had, and I can't imagine going without.
Social distancing is, I agree with you on that. Like I don't really mind. I spend so much time being around so many people and like giving a lot of my energy myself like around people, and I got a big personality. So social distancing, social distancing, that's how I recharge. Mm-hmm. So I don't mind taking a little time, a couple weeks even, like to just chill and not have to really deal with folks. That'd be good for me.
Yeah, I feel right so far the social distance is okay. Now if they just tell us you can't leave, I'm gonna be pissed about that.
The media coverage is like you gotta take the good with the bad.
Right.
I'm tired of being overwhelmed with so much information, but at the same time you need information, right? So it's like you can't just cut that off completely.
Because when you do hear something new, you're like, oh damn, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it is. I don't want to have to go without that. But yeah, it's just a speculation. Nobody really not knowing anything, and that does make people more afraid because it's just putting the human brain is so crazy. Any idea you put in here, it's just like.
And the thing about the virus is like, you really don't know you have it until you know you have it.
Right.
Like somebody could have had this for 2-3 weeks and never know.
And that's one thing that they were talking about too, is what the problem with is with the government waiting to say whether or not they're going to help people is that's what makes people hide. It's like that you may be a threat, so you're feeling these symptoms, but you're too scared to go check because you don't want $1,000 doctor bill when it comes back. So at the end of the day, I'll just stay in hiding until I start feeling really bad and maybe got to get an ambulance to come to me. By then, you know what I mean? You've infected people all around you just because of a fear of I'm not going to be able to take care of that. That is what the benefit of people feeling that security of knowing they can be taken care of if they're sick. That's what's going to stop it. Not you sitting here trying to act like these ain't imaginary numbers. Like what do we $1 trillion billion in debt, nigga? I'll make that 100 trillion billion in one.
Right.
And get these niggas these shots when you find them.
Right.
They said like this. I got two real quick things. They said Michael Bloomberg, he spent like over almost $700 million. On his campaign, which is a drop in the bucket. Not a drop in the bucket, but it's not a lot of money to him because he got way more money than that.
Right.
They were saying like literally there's 300 million people in the country. He could have gave everybody in this country $1 million and still been like.
Well, that was the math was a little off on that, but I get the idea.
Or 300 million. Anyway.
Like he got a lot of money.
Okay. The second thing is this made me laugh. It said kids today got it lucky. They can find out school's canceled through a text message. They'll never know the feeling of waking up at 6 a.m. watching the bottom of the screen like an NFL draft. I said, you ain't never lied. I would wake up and be, and then when your shit went on there, it would hurt so bad.
Bro, you be mad, bro. I remember when we had the hurricane in Houston, bro. Literally every morning we was getting up at like 4 or 5 o'clock just watching the TV.
Like ain't getting no sleep, okay?
Like niggas
excited
just on
about
that
being off again.
It's like no school. You like hell yeah, and I could go back to sleep finally. I'd have been up for 2 hours.
And that was another one too. Talking about in the time. Talking about they ask your grandparents to go to war. They ask you to sit on the couch. Like, we're gonna be sit your ass down and catch up on your flicks, okay?
All right, y'all. That is
Speaking of catching them on flicks, oh my gosh, that's why I said I don't know if anybody watched Westworld, but if you don't, Marshawn Lynch
is a good show.
Marshawn Lynch, it came out. It started yesterday. Marshawn Lynch and Kid Cudi are both on there. Where Kid Cudi been? Okay.
Listen, I don't know.
I'm like, is that Marshawn Lynch?
I'm happy he doing some shit.
I love him
because he's a real nigga.
Oh my gosh. Did y'all see? I'm sorry. Okay, we did not talk about this, but it just popped in my head. Did y'all see that the NFL is not it's not testing for weed no more.
Paul wasn't for the next 2 weeks because these niggas gonna be sitting home getting high.
In general, they if they test positive for weed, like they don't
because it's a waste of money. It's a waste of money.
Yeah, they don't get no like type of disciplinary action.
And as much as they shooting these niggas up with, really they can't smoke a little bit of weed.
Bro,
but who was
that's way better.
But who was that left the NFL a few years
It was Josh Gordon.
Not Josh Gordon. Ricky
Williams.
Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
Whitehead, didn't he get in trouble for weed too?
Who?
I forget Whitehead's first name. Plays for the guy. It'll come to me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Even for companies, it's a huge. Even for companies, it's a waste of money getting people tested if they haven't done anything to.
It's about to like become legal everywhere, so it's no point.
All right, y'all. We're gonna post this poll on.
Slice that in, but we did have some other than Corona.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That is a good one. We're gonna post that poll on Twitter and Instagram now and see which one of these 3 repercussions of coronavirus y'all will get rid of. Which one of these has to go? And now we're gonna move on to our last segment, which is black.
Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
History tees on.
I didn't know. Sorry.
Who's black,
Oh, my
y'all?
bad.
A 7-Eleven owner arrested for selling homemade hand sanitizer spray that left the customer with skin burns is black, y'all. All right.
What is that
So
nigga put
Time
in there?
reports New Jersey 7-Eleven owner Manisha Barad, 47, was arrested earlier this week and charged with deceptive business practices and endangering the welfare of a child, according to Bergen County prosecutors. Barad allegedly made and sold a dangerous spray sanitizer in the convenience store that resulted in apparent burns on several children's skin. New Jersey police responded to a call placed regarding the 7-Eleven location in Rivervale on March 9th to seize the remaining bottles of an item that they said was sold as spray sanitizer. After multiple social media
Seize.
posts detailed
Seize the
detailed how
bottles.
the 10-year-old boys and one 11-year-old boy from the area had suffered apparent burns on their arms and legs after using the... Why you put it on your leg?
Right.
Anyway, the
That shit
DIY
was
product
bug
allegedly
spray.
combined commercially available foaming sanitizer with water and packaged it for resale.
No, you didn't see them parents so spraying their kids down with Lysol all in the
Shit.
face. You know, like,
Yeah.
did I spray my child down this morning? Sure did.
Sure did.
That black lady?
Did
Oh, yeah.
I did I wipe her back down before she went to the classroom? I
Sure
sure
did.
did. I sure did. Okay. That
That
nigga
little
was
boy was
hitting
like,
that nigga.
damn, my mama here tripping again.
Right.
That man has baby standing with his arms out spraying that baby to the face with Lysol
Listen.
with a can of Lysol. And
Nigga
I
don't
don't
be
blame
sick from
me.
eating Lysol.
Right.
That's
what
gonna
the
kill
fuck
him
gonna be
first,
called.
right.
Hey, baby finna kill over from upper respiratory. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, man,
what
but
we
this is the
talk-
thing. This ain't the time to be trying to get over on folks like this. You
Yeah,
know what
try
I'm
to
saying?
get
Just
your
mixing your
own-
own little concoction.
Right. And why you ain't get the safe
Right.
kind?
And if numerous kid had burned, something's wrong with that. Now, these kids also need to learn how to apply sanitizer. It's not meant to bathe. I don't know
Let
how
me
it got on
tell
their
you.
legs, but still.
But that'd be the church sister that be giving it to him right when you walk in there, baby. She gonna slam you down with some hand
Right.
sanitizer. She gonna have you dripping.
They canceling church everywhere,
wave
too.
it.
Why they canceling church?
They going all satellite.
Yeah.
Got to get your bedside Baptist.
But no, like, you know what I mean? And I mean, a lot
Like,
of people
man,
are
you
doing
can't
that.
singe down the people's. You know what I mean?
Burning folks' skin down like
Yeah,
that. But
that's
you know,
too
the more
much.
that we get, the deeper we get into this. And like, unfortunately, I'm not even to speak negative, but it probably gonna get a little bit worse before it gets better. Just because they got to find a way. Once they find a vaccine and they got to contain it, then they got to figure out how many people they can test. There's a process. It's gonna take a while. And also, they say they're about to start clinical trials, but you got to give the people the medicine, and you got to give them some time, possibly up to a
see.
few weeks, to see what the results are of them taking the
Right.
medicine. So it's gonna be a while.
And the
before
thing
they
about the
find-
quarantine is to see what the other things of them. That's just what who said. That's what's scary is just the unknown of what it could be.
Right.
So at the end of the day, even if it gives you bad diarrhea, if you had no symptoms, you gonna want to know that before you know what I mean? Before you just out here with
Some
it, if
folks might
possible.
be up for that. I don't have it in me that have diarrhea.
Right.
And so, but no, but
Especially
people
with this
gon-
shortage on tissue.
People gonna be trying,
Yeah.
right? People gonna be
It's
trying to
the
really.
wrong time.
People gonna be really trying to do little things to get over on folks like this. So I'm glad they
Oh,
caught it. To
heck
be
yeah,
honest, you know what I'm saying?
Because that's just the nature of people, bro. They just selfish, bro. Like it's that like I just need that greed mentality.
The fact that she also tried to repackage it in some shit that, you know what I mean, wasn't even the right
Right.
brand
That's
and
the
sell it
fucked up
like that's
part.
the fucked up part,
Yeah.
man.
And you need a better hustle, girl. Okay, like
You already got a store,
Right.
People gonna come in that house.
right. Why
Like
you
you
gotta
will
do
be
this
okay.
The hand sanitizer with your own
Right.
mix to
'Cause
it.
that's the thing, especially if you a business owner, like you sell like groceries or anything like that. People are looking for places to go buy stuff.
Right.
Like, you don't have to try to get over it.
Girl, at the end of
just
the day,
be
was
okay. You fucking it up.
At the end of the day, you could put a little eucalyptus in some water and a little put peppermint to it and just told them it was hand sanitizer. Hell, get you a good smell for your stench in the
Right.
skin.
Right.
If you
You
don't get
coulda-
over on
you
people, you
coulda packaged
overdid
this
it.
water,
Right,
nigga.
you overdid it. You got to put that peppermint in so it got a little sting to it.
She could have literally just put water in the spray bottle
Yeah,
to them
and be
kids.
like,
They
this
would have
it.
never knew.
Right, this top of the line. This is my mama recipe.
They get no scent, no nothing.
Right, honey.
They'd have
And you
felt
out here.
confident in it.
Hell,
Right.
Like,
nigga,
"Ooh, I'm
10
good."
years old, they
Right.
would have been bathing
Yeah.
in that shit.
This is really, I feel very sterile.
But now look at you. Now look at you
Yeah,
in jail.
going to
I
jail.
want they amp up the charges on stuff like this during
Oh,
the
they
No.
should for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give them a little peppermint to them hands. Get you a little, what's it called? Essential oil and some
Yes.
water. Now, make sure you shake that now.
Right.
Make sure you mix that when you spray and get some good directions to it. Get you have somebody up there doing some demos.
Right.
Who got, now we got some samples here. Who want mango? Who want
Right.
mango? Shit, I'm going to set up my own booth.
Right.
Well, wasn't no TH and nothing.
Right,
though.
now we ain't
Home booth.
it's my home booth, baby. Okay. Now I don't know what they're doing up there in New York, baby. We in the South though. Now come over here. Now who want to spray?
Right.
Somebody else was talking about if you grew up.
Now rub that in. Rub that in. You gotta
smell
smell
it.
rub that in. Now smell it.
It
Now
was
see,
a picture
ooh.
Smell good, huh?
It was a picture of one of them old school like water hoses or whatever. Talking about if you drink out of this as a kid, you ain't gonna never catch coronavirus. I said, then I'm good.
Listen,
We just drink out the
honey,
water
that's
fountain
all
when I
we
was growing
had.
up. Yeah.
Right, we got the ginger
Outside
ale
of it.
bold now.
Because you
Yeah.
couldn't come back in that house.
Hell nah.
Yeah, I'm
That
gonna
ginger
move this
ale
little
is good,
hand
too. It's very
sanitizer.
gingery. It's
Yeah, because the
good.
nigga helped me parallel park the other day, and somehow I ended up with some of his homemade car freshener. I'm like, nigga, here. Okay. Tell my man, but I
Leave
got
me
this
alone.
right. Here, take the damn $5, and I didn't need your help. I did, but I didn't know it was gonna cost me.
Well, ma'am, you black as hell. And everybody else out there that's trying to take advantage of folks also overbuying shit. Y'all black as hell also. But you know what? That is going to wrap up Black for this week. We want to thank you all so much for listening. Please stream every episode on YouTube under the name IAMW
Please, we done came out here for y'all.
Right.
Right.
We in the
We done put our lives at risk.
Look, next week we're going to be in here
Catch
with
'em on
gloves
the
and
show.
masks and shit,
Catch 'em
hazmat
on-
suits.
Listen, if it's in the Lord's will, we'll be back next week too.
Right.
So tune in,
Let's
baby. It's okay.
Let's hit it with the curfew.
Catch up. You need
Right.
something to binge? You ain't going nowhere?
Listen to us.
Yeah, go on now.
We got a lot of episodes.
We
And you can
really
also-
do.
And you
We
can
give you
catch up on
something to
all
do.
those episodes on SoundCloud, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, where you can leave us a rating and a review.
Turn
under
your
the
TV
name
on. Watch on TV.
IAMW
From YouTube.
Podcast. And yeah, so and
Write us
also
some
wr't
letters.
your letters to IAMW
I know y'all ain't got
Podcast.
shit else to do. Might as well
Give us,
write
your
us.
give us your quarantine stories.
Right.
gmail.com, and we'll read your letters on the show. We appreciate all you guys very much. Y'all be safe out there, and God bless y'all. This is D. Hayes.
Krista was here.
Same OG.
Peace.